Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to my studio and my absence of being live was due to some very bad internet, and I have a new fiber optic, so I shouldn't be dropping out anymore. Hi, Tina. Good to see you. Yeah, so hopefully this is the answer because I was pulling my hair out. So I have been doing a little bit of art, but more commissions. Had some canvas commissions to do. So I got those done. And then in between, I'm a gardener. So I'm a addicted gardener. I have a real problem. My gardens get a little wider every year, but it keeps me physical as far as getting exercise and stuff like that. And I love it. But I'm thinking about fall, so I wanted to work in my sketchbook a little more and do a little more mixed media, that type of thing. So I thought, well, I need a few extra things that I want to get because I don't want to spend a lot of money after uh, hmm, September, I guess, as things are getting tough. The prices of food and well, everything's going up, gas, everything. So, um, plan on sticking at home and just enjoying my art and watching YouTubes and that type of thing, and just doing my own thing. So I will probably be doing some, I don't know, tutorials here and there, but nothing crazy. Hey, Deb. So I thought I would start out. Yeah, you know how everyone needs inspiration. So I go to either Pinterest or different sites like that to get some ideas. But I did get this uh, color mixing for oils, watercolor. This is a really, really good book. If you're kind of not sure about color mixing and how to do different colors for different things, this is an excellent book. This is it's a fair size. There's actually 2 or 3 other ones from the same author, and I like this one because it's kind of all of the different things. So he does the color theory, so it's not a long, drawn out, boring thing. General mixing, and then color mixing, and this is interesting. Color mixing for portraits, landscapes, and there is a difference between the two. Yeah, it's an awesome book. It just brings back a lot of memories of school too, and how important color theory is and color mixing. I'm all about saving money too. I only get what I know I'm going to need. And if I can mix certain colors to get another color, I'll do it just to save money. I'm very frugal that way. I don't know about you guys, how frugal you are about that, but I also find that having too many colors is kind of overwhelming. And a lot of times, depending on what you're painting with, acrylics don't last forever. So if you get your primaries and a few additions to your primaries, like magenta or aqua, that kind of color, you can pretty well make any color you want. So these are color recipes. So it gives you like 75% raw sienna, 50% phthalo blue, 10% gamboge, and the water level. Now that'll tell you how much you need of each paint. And it goes with all of the different types of paint, so oil or whatever. And the skin tones is it's actually really interesting. It's an excellent book, and I think I'll use it quite a bit. So, what other? I got this book also, Color Scheme Bible. It's inspirational palettes for your home interiors. So it's for your home interiors, but it's really good for your art. So a lot of times you're doing a different type of a lot of you guys do the abstracts. Well, this would be perfect for abstracts because it gives you complementary colors and just the different colors that'll go with each other, that it's pleasing to the eye. So if you're ever in doubt on what colors to put and you don't want things clashing, you can look through this book and pick something out of it. And it gives you different types like yellows. Maybe you just want yellows and greens, that type of thing. So if your main palette is going to be green, then these are the colors that go with your green. Blues. So it's actually a really good book. And this would be really good for jelly printing also. So your main color, whatever it's going to be, and then you can pick your other colors. So Color Scheme Bible. And then I love fairies, as you know. So I got this book. And this is, I don't believe it's on in Amazon. You have to order it from her website. Or no, 3D Total Publishing has it. And these are so awesome. So it's a bunch of artists that put in a bunch of their work and did a little bit of a step-by-step type of thing, where there's sketchbooks. And every artist is a little bit different style, different color combinations. I like to study this type of thing when I'm doing mine. So here's on hands, feet, poses. I really, really enjoyed getting this book. There's some beautiful pictures in it. Shadows. They're all, I don't know how many different artists are in this, but it's an awesome book. If you're into this type of illustration, I like it. And I like her. So I went on her website and I picked up her book. It's called Flower Fae. And I just love this. She gives you a bookmark. And actually with the book, you also got a print of one of her fairies. Thank you note, which was nice. And she signed it. But beautiful, beautiful book. Get that out of the way. Inspired by Nature is on. Oh, is it? Awesome. So I just love their imagination and how they've incorporated a human figure into a flower. I think that is so cool. And that's what I like looking at. Like, look at that, roses with thorns on their hands. And it's beautiful. This is all watercolor and pen work. So it's just filled with all kinds of flower fairies. I love it. It gives me inspiration to do mine. A lot of drawings. Hey, Devin. Now, I did order some new paper that I want to try in drawing. It's MD Notebook cotton, and it's cotton paper. They had a sale on. It's beautiful paper. You can get it in different sizes. And the front is just this glassine paper. It's a little heavier front. So these are, you can get different types with lines or dots, and this one is just the plain. It's not very thick, but it's for sketching. So I want to give this a try, do some sketches, use it for sketching, and I'll try some watercolor on it, see what it does, how much it bleeds, that type of thing. But it lays flat. Look at that. That is a big seller to me. $12. Oh, that's a really good price. A little bookmark. So beautiful cotton notebook. And then I got the bigger one. And this is a sketchbook. It's a nice size. Okay. Oh, must be. I don't know. It's gummed on two sides. That's not different. The pages are cut in one corner, so you can turn the page easily, no matter which way you're holding the pad. The pages of this pad are glued on two sides for a sturdy design that can be held in both orientations. I guess you just, whatever, after you've done drawing it, you probably just take it up. That's interesting. So try that. Not like I really need the paper, as you paper lovers probably understand. Now, I did get some markers. So I wanted to try out these brush pens by Ecoline. Now, why I chose these is because I've been watching this mixed media artist that has inspired me. And I've put the link down below of her YouTube channel. And I absolutely love the way she uses her supplies in her sketchbook. It's just totally what I gravitate to. So check her out because you would be surprised on how easy it is, but she shows you how she goes about doing it. And she's got a great sense of humor too. But she uses these a lot more for glazing, and they are nice. They're a nice brush pen, nice and juicy, and it doesn't go through your paper. This is copy paper. It doesn't go through paper. So it's a watercolor, I believe. It's Royal Talons. It's made in Germany. I think it's watercolor. So I'm not too worried about as far as fading and stuff like that, because this is for my sketchbook or journal. So I bought a couple sets. I find it was cheaper getting the sets, and I just picked more or less colors of a landscape type of thing. I mean, the Eco Brush pen. I was just playing with some of those this weekend to alter a watercolor blob page. They are lovely. Oh, great. And you can go over top of watercolor and actually colored pencil with these, which is awesome. And then I did buy some of these Posca pens, black and white, of course, because we're always searching for that perfect white. I found a set on home. Oh, really? Wow. That was a bonus. Probably a really good price. So these are says free size. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Get a black paper. Extra fine? What the heck is this for? Oh. See, I haven't even used these yet. Oh. So you just press this button. Is what I'm thinking. It's a brush, actual brush. There we go. It's starting to come down now. Oh, that's nice. So thin, so you can, I guess it depends on how much. I saw these and I thought, oh, that's interesting. Let's try them out. Now they'd be great for, like, see how fine a dot you can do? So you could do any kind of, I guess you don't really need these back on there. And I got them in black and white. I I think you'd probably be able to get them in, other colors too, but I'm not sure. But I'm always looking for that. I got the Sharpie acrylic brush markers. They are nice too. Oh, are they really opaque? Now, I got these. I don't know if anyone has bought these. Thule Art. They're on Amazon. And they are awesome. One of the best acrylic markers and they come in sets. You can't get them individually yet. Come in different sets. Like you can get a white set, a black and white set, and then this one's called, oh, this one's just the essentials. So you get 36 of them. I think it came to about $1 a marker. But these are really, really nice. They're very opaque. And I don't know if I left it in here. Yep, I did. With each, they give you extra tips. Bonus. And they give you instructions. Oh, I think I took it out. On how, oh no, there it is. How to clean them if they stop working. So you can cure them in the oven if you want for glass and ceramics. And if you have any problems with them, you can, they give you an email, you can contact them and they want to make sure you do that so they can correct anything that's not to your liking. But look how fantastic they are. And these you don't shake. It comes out. And it says flexible brush tip featuring a popular Thule color. Quick drying and opaque, yet strong enough for blending. No, I think you can, there was another thing. These you don't, I don't think you clean. You could clean them in soap and water. I know the other ones, they come in different sizes. This is the only brush one right now is this set. But the other ones are, this is 0.7, I believe, extra fine. And these you have to shake. And they also come with extra nibs. And there is a, is this the same thing? I think you go on their web. Oh no, here it is. Tells you how to start them. And then watery paint, what you should do, leaking, what you do. and why it's leaking. And then nibs. So rinse with water, soak in water, replace to clean them. So that's awesome. And then if your nibs are really bad, then just replace it with an extra lid. And you can order new nibs too. Yes, they are quite opaque. So press down. This one hasn't been charged yet. A little, take the air out by just pressing down, and then you press them once you get the air out. Look at that. Very, very opaque. And they don't skip. They come in beautiful colors, and then you just put the lid back on. They snap, so you know you're gonna. Where's that? I think I have a white somewhere. So I got a bunch of these. So every month I bought a set, and they're all different. There's no duplicates. So this one's called Southwestern Design of Colors, and this one is Earth and Skin Tone and Jewel. And then you can get these. And these are a larger tip on them. These have to be shook. I'm pretty sure I got a white one too. I know you can get a white set. Must be upstairs. So again, let the air out and then press down. So these are a bigger tip. $3mm medium. So these are awesome for larger areas that you want to fill in or whatever. Most of mine is just used in my artwork, especially mixed media, or they're great for people that do the like look how opaque they are. They're awesome. And they also come with nibs. Is that the essential one? Yeah. There's a white one in here. Let's see how that does. Let's put a black on. Look at this. So I think these are probably just as good, if not better, than the Sharpies, to tell you the truth. And better because they give you extra nibs and tell you how to clean them. So let's see if we can cover that with a white. Is that white? I think so. Oh yeah, it doesn't need to be shook. Hmm. No, not dry. Hmm. Yeah, I think I have to get white. These covers it up. It's pretty good, if I do say so myself. So I got hooked on those by that YouTuber that I've been watching. And she also has a Patreon that's awesome. And the other thing she suggested was hard food markers by Faber-Castell. So FH, Food Nib Hard. So they're a plastic nib. They're very fine. And they're Indian ink. So they'll go over anything. But you get really fine marks. And I've been looking for something like that. I like the microns, but you go over anything with a micron and it stops working. So got some of those. They were hard to find here in Canada. I ended up going on Faber-Castell's website and bought them there. And I got a whole box because they were hard to find. And then I got here in Canada at the SARS art store. This was June, I think it was. They had a fantastic sale on Pitt markers. So this is the entire set of the fine ones. And I do have most of them, but not all of them. So this actually comes out somehow. I can't remember how I did this. Oh, there. There. Pull the string. And then you can put it this way. Like that. On your table if you want. Yeah, I had a lot of them, but they're like, 10 years old and they're pretty well, every time I try one, it's kind of, drying up. So they only last for so long. So, and I tend to use this size more than the large ones. You can get the one also that has the large or the brush tip and the fine on both ends, but I use these more than anything. And they're a nice brush tip. You can get really fine marks with them, very fine, or you can press a little harder. And what I like about these is they're permanent, they don't fade, and you can move them a little bit before they dry. I like to smudge with my finger. And you can use these on top of acrylic and it doesn't hurt the size. I prefer more control. I can see using the other one if you had large areas that you wanted to, but typically this is more of a detail finishing thing that I do. But anyways, they had these on sale for half price. So I thought, I gotta get it. All stuff is getting more and more expensive. I use them over dried matte glazing medium. Gloss medium. The heart thing is in the way. I can't read it. I haven't quite figured out how to get rid of that. All right, so that's all of the markers that I got. And I got, odds and sods like pencil leads, kneadable erasers, that type of thing. You always run out of those. These are new though. I've never had those before, but I have done a little bit of work with them. Let's see. I'll show you. I did one. Yeah. I used them in here. This is collaged on. The flowers and the bee are actually collaged onto the background. So this is kind of her style, that lady on YouTube. It's very natural colors, not very matte gel medium. Oh, okay. And then I bought one of these on YouTube, or not YouTube, Amazon. And it's one of those writing for when you want to make straight lines. I'm terrible at getting them all spaced out, so this is awesome. I picked up one of them. And what else? Oh, I forgot this. Got this from Amanda Clark on her Etsy. And they're affirmation cards, but it's all of her work. She doesn't have a book out that I know of. So there's how many? 70. So you get a chance to see all her work in all of these cards. And I love her work. And this is inspiring to me. I love this type of work. Colors she uses, everything. So look at tarot cards and this type affirmation cards, decks. Sometimes you can have some awesome artwork to get inspired by. I've got a few tarot card ones too. Not of hers, but of different artists that I like looking through. So another way of, if you're finding you're in a rut, don't know what to do, something to draw, maybe you're looking for a color. Oh yeah. This, not pencil crayons, it's watercolor pencils. And I do not own watercolor pencils. And these are the Brute Fooner. Probably saying that wrong. But I like them. And they were really reasonable. I think this set costs $39. I got them on Temu. And I know some people don't like using Temu, but if it's going to save me money, I use it. I don't have water out. Oh, wait a minute. So they re-wet really nicely, and they don't really leave too much of a after mark. So that's another water-soluble tool in my arsenal. Didn't cost too much, so I have from pencil cream. Yeah, I've got those too, and I like them a lot. They don't break as much. Exactly. So they do have these if you're ever inclined to want watercolor pencils. Now there's a specific way of using them. Now they say you can use them as a colored pencil too, which I guess if you were just doing a drawing with watercolor and not with colored pencil and not going to use any water medium, they would be fine. But oh, thank you, Deb. Jeez. So I got lots. I think there's 180 there. I think they said. 2, 3, 6. 30 by 30 by 6. You figure it out. Okay. Now I needed a few colors for flesh tones. So I did buy a few tubes of paint, mostly core. I love core because it doesn't fade so much. So there's benzimidazole. I don't know. Orange. Naples Yellow Deep. This is great for skin tone. Praline Violet. Also good for skin tones. Payne's Gray Violet. Good for shading. Praline Crimson. Also good color for skin. And Caput Mortem Violet, beautiful color. That's good for also deep shades in your skin tones. And Rose D'Or, which is a beautiful color for skin tones. So I got those, so I'll probably swatch those out. I don't know about tonight, but... And then I got this little trial palette. Already swatched it. Of Daniel Smith. So you got this little palette. It's like maybe an 1/8 of a palette, I guess. And it was $7. This one I got on AliExpress. But it gives you a chance to try out some colors before you buy them. And I got some Holbein. I don't have I don't think I have any Holbein watercolor. So I did get these earlier in the summer, and these are the pastels watercolor, and I just love the colors. Some of these would be great for skin tones and also florals. And I don't think you can beat Holbein as far as watercolor. I did order, I think, a 36 set of Holbein on AliExpress. It should be here this week sometime. But, oh man, is watercolor getting expensive? I sold my big set of Holbein since I was not using them. Yeah, I saw that. I nearly fell off my chair. I thought, why wasn't I there? I would have bought those instantly, and I would have paid more. That was you just gave those away, Debbie. And then when I ordered some stuff, I thought, well, everyone's talking about this Milang watercolor. I don't know if you guys have them. They're from can't think of the name. The guy's name that has watercolor, other watercolor. Yeah, I like M. Graham also. But if I'm working in my sketchbook for just loose experiments, not really, more or less playing, not really being accurate with anything, I don't want to waste my watercolor. So I thought I would try these out and see. And they are vibrant. They're very vibrant, as you can see. And you can mix them. They don't really give you any kind of pigment number on them. But I think they would be great for playing in my sketchbook. Paul Rubens, that's it. Thanks, Debbie. Yeah, they're part of Paul Rubens. And I really do like their colors. Like, those are really vibrant for being dry, I must say. Because you know how some watercolors, when you put them, you think you've put a lot of pigment in your water, and you look back 15 minutes later and it's like really pale. So these are really, really quite vibrant for a student grade. They're saying that these are student grade. You can also buy the tubes. Apparently the tubes that are Paul Rubens are the same as this. These ones aren't. These are their newer ones. These have no chalky look to them at all. Because I know exactly what you mean. I bought a pair, that set of Gansai Tambi Kuretake. What was it? Art Nouveau. I bought that one. I forgot to bring it down. And I think it was in that book. Let's see. I tried them in my sketchbook, and I found that they transferred like it was I think it was this one. Oh, I don't remember now. Could have been a different one, but they were really chalky, and I could take my finger across them and feel and see dust on my hand from them. And that I don't like because it transfers onto your next page. Did you get the fancy pink cloth? Oh, with this? No, this one's the Milang. It's a little bit cheaper, but apparently they're the same. Just different name. I think the Frugal Crafter did a review about this just this month. And that's what she was saying, is that they're the same as Paul Rubin, but in a different name. But they did send you this little piece of plastic that you can put over top of your paint when you go to close the lid, so you don't wreck this thing. And then they sent you this little bit of paper with it, and then a sponge, this is actually not bad, this little paintbrush, and a pencil and a pen. I don't know if the pen is waterproof. I doubt it, but it looks to be about a 5 nib. Yeah, it is. So that's kind of handy, having that all together. That way you can put it in your purse or whatever and decide to do a little bit of painting. Or did you get, let's see. Yeah, it moves a little. Yeah, it moves. So it's movable. So I thought it would be great for your sketchbook, because you don't really need expensive watercolor for your sketchbook. Especially my sketchbook isn't even watercolor, so why waste your money? You're not getting the same effect, right? And then, last thing I got here, you know, my addiction to brushes. Well, I've been doing these tiny little 5x5 paintings on canvas boards. And because it's such a small surface, what I've been doing is birds and butterflies and landscapes, that type of thing. So I really, really need smaller brushes. And I'm very picky about when I'm doing the last details, especially for no other student brands. What, a Paul Rubin? So I've been on a hunt again, and I got these a while ago, but I like the tips on them. I got these from Brush Guys. They had a sale. And where's the... No. Oh, there it is. So I thought I would pick some brushes up from them, see what they were like. And I did get a couple sets. So there's this one, and then the flat in the small size. So why I picked these is, look at the nice point. I'm always looking for a brush that holds just the right amount of water It has a really nice fine point, and these seem to be it. Now, these are meant for watercolor, but you can use them with acrylic. And I do have sets for acrylic and for watercolor. They're vegan, so that tells me they're not natural hair. But yeah, I like that. And these I got on Temu, Artify. I think Artify is on Amazon too. I thought this was awesome for small work, every size possible, and beautiful handles on them. Like there's how small they can. So these are going to be excellent for my small painting, and they have a nice storage. These were really a good price. Look at the size of that. Now they got sizing on them, but they have just the right amount of spring to it that they wouldn't. I don't like it when the hair just, you bend it like that and it stays like that. I don't like that. I don't like real soft. These will be great. And beautiful wood handles. This is a short liner. And they're small. I don't like real long handles. So beautiful, beautiful. And you got the swords here, a couple flats, filbert. The rest are all different sizes of round. And a neat case. They're on Amazon. They were a really, really good price. I love them because you can, even though they were fairly cheap, they look like $1 million. I've used a few of them, and none of the hairs fall out. I like the case. So good if you're, yeah, that's about what I paid. So if you're wanting really fine detailed stuff, like, I'm all about detail. So eyelashes, fur, hair, that type of thing. You want the best brush that holds just the right amount of water or paint, and then the right amount of length. So yeah, I love those. They've done me well. Then I got a bunch of, I told you I'm addicted to brushes. It's like the hunt for the right brush. Now, when I do my backgrounds with acrylic, I like that blurred out look like you see when you take a photograph of, say, a flower, and all around the background is kind of blurred. That's very difficult to paint with acrylic. Let me tell you. But there is a trick. And you need these. This is goat hair. It's very, very soft. Like you want to pet it. It's so soft. But it's perfect for skimming over the top of your wet paint and blending it so it blurs out slightly. But the problem when you do that is that you can only wipe it off on your paper towel a few times, and then you have to clean it. And once you clean it, you can't use it for hours later because it takes so darn long to dry. So that's why you need more than one. That's why I have these. I got these on AliExpress. They have fantastic brushes on AliExpress. This whole set here was $12. I would pay, if I went to a regular art store, sorry for all the noise, and just this one would be $12. Yeah, some of them, not all of them. It depends on how much absorbency the hairs of the bristle it has, because some of them just move the paint. Some of them suck up the paint. So you got to watch what you get. You kind of have to experiment before you find. I had bought, I think it was from Curry's. I had gotten a big, I think it's upstairs, a big one like this one. Cost me, this one here cost me almost $50 at an art store. So I didn't want to, I knew I needed more, but that's a lot of money for a brush. And I have used some makeup brushes, but they just don't do it exactly the way I want. There's some, I don't know what it is. I get the best effect with those. So, when I do animal hair or bird's feathers, I like a really fine point. So these are calligraphy, Japanese calligraphy brushes. And they hold a tremendous amount of watercolor. And they have such a beautiful point. And you go on forever with a line with these. So I like getting these. These aren't very expensive. I think this whole set is $7 on AliExpress. Different sizes. Most of them are small. But I use these more than anything. These are real hair, though. So if you're not into that, you'll have to find something else. But it's pretty hard to find a good calligraphy brush that does the work it's supposed to do in holding water and releasing the water for a long time without having to reload. So, you know, see. And then there was these. When I was looking for those, I saw these. Of course, I had to try these out because they look so interesting. Look at the point on that. I can't remember even what these were called. There was a special name for these. They're also Japanese brushes. Sumi brushes, maybe. But look at that. So if you can imagine the amount of watercolor or ink that would hold in here and just drip out the. So these are going to be awesome. They're well, they call it a liner brush, but it's a special type of liner. So and you get a very, very fine line. Let's see, maybe I got some watercolor out. Let's see. Here. This is one of the palettes that Xandra gifted me one year. Let's put a little bit of water in there. There's it loaded. So look at how much water and how thin you can go. Now it would take a little bit of practice. But see what I mean? I don't have to refill. And you can get some very, very fine lines. So grasses would be awesome. Or hair. Whatever you're doing, trees even. Tree branches. Look at I still haven't reloaded. This is awesome. Oh my gosh. This is going to be so great to paint with. Ink even would be fabulous with this brush. How much can I do without reloading? This is crazy. Like it's a little finer, but you can go thicker. Look at all the juiciness coming out of it. Ribbons. So see what I mean? Why I got it? Like, I don't know how, well, it's starting to, there. It's starting to dwindle. But if I hadn't have pushed it down, probably would go on forever. So those were from AliExpress. And if you look up, you see that? Look up that name on AliExpress and you'll find them. They weren't that bad priced. Oh, I think they came in sets. Oh, there's different size sets. So I think there's 3. Small, medium, and a large in each one. And then I've been trying to find these for a long time. Blenders. But a lot of the blenders I find are either too stiff or not stiff enough. Kind of like the Goldilocks thing. So this was from AliExpress also. But these are great dome blenders. And it came in a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sizes. They're really hard to find. Nobody's making them. Not Ceramico, Delta Traditions, I think it was called. You know, the one-stroke painting. You used to be able to get dome blenders there, but they don't make them anymore. And I think the only one I've seen is from Princeton. And they're really expensive. I know I have one or two. Must be upstairs. Yeah, it's upstairs. Now I bought some of these. Silver scrubber dome round, but they're as hard as like super hard. Like it would scrub a hole in your paper. And I want to be able to move the paint softly. So those didn't work. I don't even know what I'm going to do with these. But these are nice. They're not too, they're natural hair. And you can put them in different sizes. So nice, soft, not too soft though. But they're going to be great for blending. I do a lot of blending on my paintings. But you got to have the right blender. If you don't, it doesn't work. That's why I say you're always on the hunt for a special brush that does what you want it to do. And that's why I have tons of brushes. Like I'd be embarrassed to show you how many brushes I have, actually. I think I found what I need now. As far as when I'm doing my smaller detailed work. So I think that's it. No, there's the other ones. The flats and angled. I like Simply Simmons. They do have a really good brush. They're a cheaper brush. And that's the other water lily from Dynasty. And they're nice. These are the sizes I use a lot when I do paintings of nature and stuff like that. You bought a set like that too? Which? The dome brushes? These? Purple. Oh, yeah. And, and what do you think of them, Debbie? Kim? Are they like, they could each through your paper if you, what are you supposed to do with them? They're way too stiff. I don't get it. Maybe they'd be good for oil if you were, but even oil on a canvas, maybe? I don't know. I'd like to see someone use this. Oh, good luck. Let me know if you find a way of using them, because I hate to have them just sitting there unused. But again, that's the hunt for the right brush, right? So I might give them to my grandkids or something. I don't know. 'Cause I had bought these ones too, silver scrub oval, but they're so freaking stiff. Maybe to clean your keyboard. There you go. Mine are soft, golden maple. Maybe good as a circle dabber. Well, no, because they're domed, so you're only gonna get a the tip because they're so darn hard. They're not gonna smush down. It's like they're really, really dense. They're so dense they almost look solid. So I don't know. I don't know how to use them. Canvas use, yeah, that's what I'm thinking to get into some people hate the, um, texture of canvas, and they really scrub to get those big areas filled in. So, yeah, that could be used that way. So, that's pretty well all I got. It's enough for me. I know I'm not like some of these people that do these humongous hauls, but I like to get only what I'm gonna use, and my way of thinking is, um, I kinda like sticking to supplies that I know aren't gonna go bad. Now, I know I do a lot of acrylic, but good acrylic should last you like a tube of acrylics should last you 15 years at least. Now, I have some craft acrylics here that are that old and they're still good. Now, some of them are starting to go though. So, but I'm not that upset if I do find a bottle of craft acrylics that goes bad, as I'll just throw it out. It was only a buck 50 or something like that. But if I find a tube of artist grade, whoa, and I have to throw that out, the price of artist grade acrylics, yeah, then I'll cry. But that's why I love watercolor now, is because it never goes bad. Even if it hardens in your tube, you could open it up and still use it. Like, I'm so frugal, as you guys would never believe it. It's like I'm terrible. Quality supplies, yeah. And another thing I tend to go for is if I find a particular supply that's artist quality, then I want to know that I can go back and just buy that color, not the whole set. You know what I mean? So, in most of my um, acrylics, I know I can go and buy that particular color. Pencil crayons, most of mine, although Prismacolor, I guess, has changed now. You can't buy them individually now, which is terrible. But I have Faber-Castell, I have Luminance, um, Pablo, Derwent. Now those brew, whatever they're called, those that we get. Kim, you said you have some. They You have to buy the whole set, but they were cheap. Like, where else can you get 180 colors for $39? And they're good. That's the thing. They're just as good as a Prisma. Some Prisma colors are sold sets of 12. Yeah, but what if you want just one particular color? Can't go and get it anymore. It's so sad. So that's why whenever I buy stuff, I really want to know I can get the tubes or the pencils individually and that they're sold that way. And that way you're not wasting because nobody wants to go buy a full set for a couple colors that you needed, right? You can buy Prisma. Yeah, they stopped, you can only buy them in sets now. You can't buy them separately anymore. Yeah, right, Deb? See, that's the problem. Same with markers, like, now I did buy where was it? Those markers, these. Now I do know that they aren't sold separately for now, but, they're thinking about doing separately, but we'll see. But these weren't all that expensive, not like, you're buying Copics or something like that, and they're like 5, $6 a piece. These were $1 a piece. So I'm not too worried about that, but yeah, that's the way I roll. Um, because I do commissions too, so you want quality artist grade that's not gonna fade on them and, fall off the canvas type of thing. Um, but as far as doing stuff for fun, like in my sketchbook or my art journals, then I really don't care about the quality. It could be artist grade if I want, but I really like using craft paint, and I love the look of craft paint with colored pencil. And I know there's a lot of people that are getting into gouache and the acrylic gouache, and I kinda think that the craft paint is almost the same as an acrylic gouache, because craft paint dries very matte. So why spend 10 times the amount for acrylic gouache? I still prefer Deco Art Traditions. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one I usually get, or, what's the other one? Americana, is that the same thing? Yeah, Deco Art, they're the same thing. I don't know why they got different names, but I use those more than anything when I'm experimenting or, doing a study for a painting, and I'm not sure how I want to tackle something. Maybe I'm drawing water or certain type of rocks. I don't want to use my craft paint, or I don't want to use my artist grade paint just to practice something, But yeah, and then too, when you're using craft paint in your art journals or mixed media journals or whatever kind of journal you're doing, um, it doesn't stick to the other side, so you're not going to have sticky pages. Uh, you don't have to worry about putting a wax layer on or sealing them and that type of thing. But that's how I roll. So, if you guys got any questions, do you guys like watching people swatch? Just wondering. I don't have a lot of swatches. Just with watercolor, pretty well is the only thing I might swatch when I'm putting it in a pellet. But other than that, I don't swatch anything else. I don't swatch my colored pencils or I guess I don't know. Well, there are videos of people swatching, but I only see people do the swatching in live streams, but it's kind of boring to me. What do you guys think? Is it more of a social time for you when you're live? I can see that, but what is shipping like from AliExpress? Being a Canada can actually, uh, um, depending on the seller, most of them are free shipping, no duty. So the occasional one you might get, like I have 36 set of Holbein coming from AliExpress, and the shipping was $8. So it's not bad. Not like, well, even getting something shipped here in your own country. Like, holy jeez. AliExpress, you can all there's a tab on their website where you could only if you only wanna see stuff from, certain countries, you can check the box. I do watch if it is a brand I am considering. I find I never use them once done. You never use the paint once you've swatched? Or you never use them unless you swatch? Well, I wouldn't have thought that. Yeah, oh, warning, warning, Kathy. It's a it yeah, you can get sucked into spending a lot of money there because their prices are so great. No, the swatches. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I myself, I don't like swatching physically. Um, it's too monotonous for me, and I don't know. I don't enjoy it. I love you love a good price. Okay, and have fun. That's where I got most of these brushes. So, and they do have good prices on brushes, I must admit. Now the paint, yeah, you kind of have to search a little bit. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Yeah, really have to look at when you um, click on something. Make sure you read everything because they're a little tricky sometimes. They can fool you thinking that you're gonna get like they'll show this picture of 180 colors for $12 or something like that. And then you go click on, and then way down below there's a bunch of boxes. And one of those boxes is highlighted, and that's what you're getting. So you have to really look at the web page. So you're interested, are you a brush addict too? Sympathize with you if you are. Oh, but there's nothing more maddening than when you're doing something and your brush isn't doing what you want it to and you can't find that brush. That's why whenever I do a painting, I have a piece of paper beside me and I write down what it is that I'm looking for in a brush for specific either stroke or hair or something like that. Oh, good for you, Kathy. you might be, um, you might fall off that wagon. It's easy to do with art supplies. So easy. Yeah, you do have to every once in a while, you do have to redo your some paints, but, um, I've kind of gone on a no buy as far as new fandangled things. There's always some new supply that's coming out uh, that's why I kind of have drifted away from the craft industry as far as supplies because it's kind of like a fly by night type of thing where they'll put out this group of colors in a either an ink or a paint, and then next year you can't get it. Well, what's the point in that? I want stuff because if fall in love with something, I wanna know I can get it again. So, I've been so disappointed with stuff like that that I don't bother with, um, the craft industry or these some of these people that put out stuff that is only out for the year. It's kinda like a fad thing. Awaken is only transportation next. Good for you. Alright, well, I guess I should let you guys go. So, I haven't had any dropped internet, so that's awesome. So, I'm happy about that. I finally got my internet figured out by changing the provider and getting fiber optics. So, awesome. So, probably I'm winding down in the garden, so probably in September, I'll start back up with my regular streams. Um, we'll see. I don't know whether I'll be doing 2 streams a week, probably just 1. Oh, you're welcome, Kathy. Stream was perfect. Consistency. Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, you guys have a fantastic rest of the week and awesome weekend. And don't forget to get out there and be creative in some way, whatever it is that you do, because it does help calm the nerves and take you out of this crazy world for a little while. And I think that's what's keeping me sane is working in my garden and concentrating on my sketchbook. Keeps me sane and out of the world into my own little creative way of living. All right, we'll let you guys go. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye for now.